Hello everyone, good evening. So before I start the session, first let me know if you can see me and hear me properly. Yes. Hi Lakshmi, good evening Niranjana, good evening Harita, Harshita, Divyanshi, Shreya, Monish, Vinod Kumar. Yes, hello everyone. Yes, definitely, I'm sure Arvind you would love this session. Good evening Ayushi, Dhia. All right. So there is no glitch at all, so we can start. So today's session is about top 30 NCERT questions for term 2. I'm sure that this is the time when some of you might be nervous, some of you might be panicking because there is a lot that you have to cover in just 4 days, right? So let's not waste any more time here. Let's get started. But before I start, please subscribe the channel if you haven't yet so that we do not miss any new updates from us. All right. So first, let's take a look at all the chapters that I'm going to cover today. Right, so I'll first start with quadratic equations. So let's take a look at the first question. So in a class test, the sum of Shefali's marks in mathematics and English is 30. She had got 2 marks more in mathematics, 3 marks less in English. The product of their marks would have been 210. Find her marks in the 2 subjects. So we are talking about 2 subjects over here, right? So basically it's a concept of quadratic equations, right? So what we will do here is, first of all, let's say the marks that she got in both the subject, it's given that it is 30. Let's say she got X marks in mathematics. So obviously in English it's going to be 30 minus X because total is 30. Yes. So what we can say here is it's going to be X plus 2, 30 minus X minus 3 equals to 210, right? Because question says 2 marks more in mathematics, 3 marks less in English. This is what we have done. And then the product is equals to 210. Yes. All right. So what we will do here is only simplification. It's going to be X plus 2, 27 minus X equals to 210. Let's simplify this. What do we get? Minus X square plus 25X plus 54. And then just take everything on one side. We have X square minus 25X plus 156 equals to 0. So on comparing with the general form of the standard form of the quadratic equations, I can get the values of A, B and C, which is going to be this, right? Alright, so what I can say is that we all know how to do middle term splitting, right? This is something very simple for us. So X square minus 12X minus 13X plus 156, we take common from the consecutive terms, and then at the end we arrive at this X minus 12, X minus 13. So we get 2 values of X from here, which is going to be 12 and 13. So let's say the marks in mathematics are 12. So English would be 30 minus 12, that's 18. So this could be the combination. Another combination could be marks in mathematics is 13. So English would be 30 minus 13, that's going to be 17. So 2 kinds of combinations we can form. Yes. All right. Yes, answer is 12 or 18 and or 13 or 17. These 2 combinations can be formed. 12, 1, what is this, Kavya? 12, 1, how is it possible? So we have to give both these answers, this one as well as this one, right? Because both the combinations are possible. See, see, it's a subjective paper. So when I'm showing you the statements over here, you have to write those as well. That's okay, Kusum. Yes, Sukrat Srivastava, yes. All right, let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. I know that the time is very less. It would be difficult for you to complete the entire NCERT. Moreover, you have done it many times before, right? I'm pretty sure about it. So obviously, I think all of you must be thorough with your books. So what we are doing here is we are just covering the important ones, right? So we are just doing a quick revision. Don't worry, each and every chapter I'm going to discuss today. Yes, Devika, that's deleted. Absolutely. So the diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meters more than the shorter side. If the longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side, find the sides of the field. So what we are doing here is we are talking about a rectangle, right? So this is the shorter side. This that I'm highlighting here is the shorter side, and this is the diagonal. The diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meters more than the shorter side, right? Let's say that this is our rectangle and this is my shorter side, this is my longer side, and the diagonal is 60 meters more than the shorter side. So diagonal is going to be shorter side plus 60. S plus 60, shorter side. I'm just denoting it this way. And longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side. So what is shorter side? 30 meters more than the shorter side. The longer side is going to be what? S plus 30, right? I'm just using the initials, right? So what we can do here is, let's say shorter side is X over here. Instead of S, let's take X. So diagonal is going to be X plus 60 since it is 60 meters more than that. And here the length is going to be X plus 30 since it is 30 meters more than that. So we all know that a rectangle, corner angles are of 90 degrees. So a right angle triangle is formed here, right? So what you can do is you have the length of the diagonal, that x plus 60, longer side is x plus 30 and shorter side is x. So what we can do is we can apply the Pythagoras theorem over here in this. This is x plus 30, this is x plus 60. We can simply apply Pythagoras theorem. Yes. Yes, Kavya, don't worry. So whatever doubts you are telling me in specific chapters or in specific topics, we have done concept sessions, we have done one-shot sessions on every chapter. And link for all those sessions is given in the description of today's session. You can click on that and have a look to those sessions once. No part, no compromise with NCERT exemplar. Yesterday also when we had a session, I told you, NCERT exemplar, that is must. Please do not leave any questions from there. Yes, Pari. So basically this is the shorter side, let's say that is x. So longer side is 30 meter more than the shorter side. Just do literal translation of the statement, word by word translation. And diagonal is 60 meter more than the shorter side. That means x plus 60. Yes. I've repeated one more time. Only you have to assume shorter side, rest everything. The length of the diagonal as well as the length of the longer side is dependent on it. Yes. All right. Alright, so we can use Pythagoras theorem. We all know what Pythagoras theorem is. What is the hypotenuse here? That's x plus 60. So x plus 60 square is equal to x square plus x plus 30 square. So we have applied Pythagoras theorem over here. Alright, so what we will do is, let's open it up on both the sides. So use the formula of a plus b whole square. That's going to be x square plus 900 plus 60x equal to x square plus 3600 plus 120x. So I'll take everything on one side now. So what will I get? X square minus 60x minus 2700 equal to 0. This is going to be the equation. Now we can compare it with the standard form of the quadratic equation. We get the values of a, b and c. Right? So what do we get here? So after that we can just split it up. It's going to be x square minus 90x plus 30x minus 2700 equal to 0. See, you all are 10th graders, so I'm assuming that nobody has any confusion in middle term splitting, right? If you have any confusion in these steps, please do let me know. Yes. Alright, so what we will do here is simply we'll take common from the consecutive terms. It's going to be x minus 90 plus 30x minus 90 equal to 0. So two brackets are formed here, right? Now we will equate them to 0. We get two values of x, 90 and it is going to be minus 30. So sides of the field, we know that a side cannot be negative. So we will neglect this value. You have to mention this reason in the paper also when you are neglecting something. So length of the shorter side over here is going to be 90 meters. And if you talk about the length of the longer side, that's going to be 90 plus 30. Right? Because longer side is 30 meter more than the shorter side. That's going to be 120 meters. Yes, absolutely, Devika. Yes, middle term splitting. So middle term splitting, what we are doing here is, we take the last term, I mean the constant term that you have, you split that up in numbers. You make the factors of that. So 2700 can be factored as 90 times 30. Since there is a negative sign, we are putting a negative sign with it. Now we have to add this pair, add or subtract this pair in such a way so that we get minus 60. So that's why it is minus 90 plus 30. Alright. Thank you, Pari. This is a simple questions, right? So in NCERT questions are not that difficult. It's just that you need practice, right? Proof questions. Proof questions as in, proof questions, are you talking about the geometry like we have in circles? So circles I will be discussing in a while. Alright, alright. Thank you, Viraj. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. The difference of squares of two numbers is 180. The square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Find the two numbers. So here I'm talking about two numbers. One is smaller and one is larger, right? Let's say here, question says difference of squares of two numbers is 180. Obviously, larger number square minus smaller number square would be equal to 180. Definitely, we'll be subtracting smaller number from the larger number, right? So what I'll do here is, and it says the square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. You just take a look, only literal translation of the statement is done here. Square of the smaller number is means equal to 8 times larger number. Okay, now what we will do is, let's say the larger number is x and smaller number is y over here, right? So according to the question, it's going to be x square minus y square equal to 180, because larger number over here is x, that's going to be x square, smaller is y square equals to 180. So we have formed our first equations. Yes. All right, all right. So x square minus y square equals to 180, and it says square of the smaller number. What is smaller number over here? That's y. That means y square would be equal to 8x. Only we have substituted the values here, right, in these two equations. Yes. All right. Now what we will do is we will take everything on one side. So an equation will be formed, x square minus 8x equals to 180. Let's take 180 on the other side. We have x square minus 8x minus 180 equal to 0. So this is my quadratic equation. Now what I need to do is I just have to do middle term splitting to get the values of x, right? So let's compare it with the standard form, standard equation, quadratic equation. So a would be 1, b would be minus 8, and c would be minus 180. So what we do is we take the factors of the constant term. 180 can be written as 18 times 10. There is a negative sign, so I'm putting a negative sign over here, right? And so we just have to take this pair and add or subtract them in such a way, right, so that we get minus 8. So we have minus 18 plus 10. We will get minus 8. So we get x square minus 8x minus 180 minus 8x now could be written as x square minus 18x plus 10x minus 180 equal to 0. So we have, let's take x common from the consecutive terms. This is what we get, and this is the final brackets that are formed. So you get two values of x. One is 18, one is minus 10. Now here comes the important part. Important part kya hai yahan pe? The larger number would be 18 only, right? We are not considering minus 10 over here, because question says the square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number, right? So 8 times 18 would be 144, and square of a number can never be negative. So I cannot take x as minus 10 because y square in that case would be equal to minus 80, which is not possible. How can the square of a number be negative, right? That's why we will neglect this value. So square of the number in this case would be 144. So square root of 144, that's 12. So smaller number over here is 12 in this case. So the two numbers are 18 and 12. I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes? Yes, Sharth, 18 and 12, not 18 and minus 12. 18 and 12, because square of a number cannot be negative. Yes? Can we use LCM for finding the two terms for splitting? Two terms for splitting, how can you're using, yes, that can also be done because you're trying to make up pairs, Devika. Yes, that could be done if you feel that you cannot do that mentally, right? So you can write it that way and then figure it out. Ma'am, exemplar is it's same as NCERT examples? No, NCERT exemplar is a separate book. NCERT examples are the examples which are given in your NCERT. These are two different things. Yes. Small revision of circles, yes, definitely. We will be covering questions of circles as well today. Yes. If answer is correct but no detailed steps written, whether marks will be, yes, marks will be rewarded according to what you have written, because step marking would be there. Please understand, it's a subjective paper. There would be step marking. And if you have seen our previous sessions, there we have shown you, how much marks you get according to each step. Case study questions, yes, case study questions would be coming from every chapter. That I cannot say from which chapter it is going to come, right? Ma'am, when should we use b square minus 4ac? See, if you ask me, I personally prefer middle term splitting because I feel that it's less calculative, right? It all depends because I feel I have a command on this, so I would prefer this. Some students prefer middle term splitting, right, because they can do the mental calculation, while others prefer quadratic formula, which you use using the discriminant b square minus 4ac, because in that case you don't have to do any mental calculation. But yes, I would say that's more time consuming, more chances of making errors as well. Soumya, if you are facing difficulty in surface areas and volumes, if there is a conceptual difficulty you are facing, please watch our sessions, one-shot sessions we have done on every chapter. The link is given in the description of today's session for all the sessions. Wow, that's amazing, Siraj. Yes, Nidhi. So, difference of squares of two numbers we are talking about. So, one number, smaller number over here is y and larger is x, right? So, simply we just wrote it like, let me just show you step 1. It's x square minus y square 180. That's our first equation. Square of the smaller number 8 times the larger, that's y square equal to 8x. Let's put everything here, y square as 8x. Solve this equation and just simplification, only middle term splitting or any method that you want to use to find the values of x and y. All right. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. So a rectangular park is to be designed whose breadth is 3 meter less than its length. Its area is to be 4 square meter more than the area of the park that has already been made in the shape of an isosceles triangle with its base as the breadth of the rectangular park and of altitude 12 meters. Find its length and breadth. So question is talking about a rectangular park, right? Is to be designed whose breadth is 3 meter less than the length. Now breadth is 3 meter less than the length. That means length is 3 meter greater than the breadth. Another way of saying it, right? Alright, so let's say breadth over here is x, so length is going to be x plus 3. Makes sense, right? Alright, so its area is to be 4 square meter. Question is saying the area of this rectangular park is to be, means equal to. That's how basically we frame equations from a given statement, is to be 4 square meter more than what? Area of a park that has already been made in the shape of an isosceles triangle. So it's the area of rectangle. Question is saying the area of the rectangular park is 4 square meter more than the area of this triangular park, right? Now, and this is isosceles triangle, means these sides are equal with its base as the breadth of the rectangular park, and the breadth of the rectangular park is x, right? And its altitude is 12 meter. Altitude, we know that that's the perpendicular, that's 12 meter. I hope this much information is clear to everyone. All I need is area of this rectangular park and area of this triangle to put it here and then simplify this. Yes. All right. This is clear to everyone. Quickly tell me, thumbs up, smileys, so that I can move ahead. Yes. I can see thumbs up. Yes, Charvi. All right. Gayatri, Asrita Vlogs, yes. Monica, thank you. Viraj. Yes, Latika, all the chapters. Yes. All right. So what I'll do here is simply, let's take the breadth be x meters. So length is going to be x plus 3 as we just discussed, x plus 3 meters. So what is the area of the rectangular park? We know that it's length times breadth. That's going to be x times x plus 3 meter square, which is x square plus 3x meter square, right? All right. Now what I'll say is, when I say base of the isosceles triangle, that's x and its altitude is 12 meter. So since it has got a base, it has a height, I can find its area using the formula half times base times height. It's going to be 6x meter square, right? Yes. All right. Viraj, this step, when we are talking about the area of the rectangular park, so its breadth is x and length is x plus 3. Area is nothing but that's length times breadth. That's what I've done here. When I'm talking about the area of an isosceles triangle, here we have the altitude. Altitude is 90 degree perpendicular. So that's half times base times height. We get 6x meter square. Why x plus 3? Fun facts. Question says breadth is 3 meter less than the length, right? That means length is 3 meter more than the breadth. Another way of saying it, right? Yes. Correct? Makes sense. I have just written it in the another form. Total gaming channel. Yes. How 6? Why are we getting 6 here? Because this is 12 and this is 2. They will get cancelled out. Fun facts clear, Priyanka? Yes. Total gaming. I hope this is clear to everyone now. These steps, how we are finding out their areas. Area of rectangle and the area of the isosceles triangle. Alright. Yes, Latika. So what we have done here is breadth is 3 meter less than the length. So if breadth is x, length is going to be 3 meter more than it, right? So I have assumed it's this way. You can solve it in the other way as well. Let's say breadth is 3 meter less than the length. In that case, let's assume length has x and breadth has x minus 3. So obviously the steps that we are applying, they will remain same, but obviously we will be finding out the area of isosceles triangle, but the calculation, all that thing will change. S. Tripathi, I have not set the paper. I have not made it. But yes, these are the questions which are important from examination point of view. Yes, for basic one, yes, it can be asked. Alright, so we have the areas for both of them. Now what I'll do is, question says rectangular park. I told you the equation. The area of the rectangular park is 4 meters, 4 square meter more than the area of the ice park, which is in the shape of an isosceles triangle. So what I'll do is I'll simply write the area of rectangle, which we just got, that's x square plus 3x. Area of triangle, that's 6x plus 4. All we need to do is take everything to the other side. So x square minus 3x minus 4 equal to 0. So what you can do is you can use a quadratic formula also here, or if you want to do middle term splitting, that's up to you. So minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. See, whatever formula you are using, do not forget to write the formula. Do not straight away apply it. First mention the formula, then write it down. Yes. All right, all right. So what we can say here is that it's going to be 3 plus minus square root of 25 by 2. 3 plus minus 5 by 2, you get x4 or x as minus 1, right? Now again, x is basically the breadth of the rectangle, and that cannot be negative, right? It's a side. So we will neglect this value. You have to mention this statement. X would be 4 in this case. So that means I can say that the breadth of the rectangle is 4 meters. So length is 3 more than that. That's going to be 7 meters. As length will be, no Varuna. Accordingly, length will also change. That's going to be, breadth is 3 meter less than its length. In that case, length is x and breadth would be x minus 3. I'll go a little slower now. Yes. Thank you, Babita. Yes, absolutely. Shiva Ranjani. Yes, when we are neglecting the value, we have to mention the reason. Yes. All right. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes? All right. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. Somebody was asking me time question, right? Questions wherein we have time, you get confused. So here we have one. 2 water taps together can fill a tank in 9 3/8 hours. The tap of the larger diameter takes 10 hours less than the smaller one to fill the tank separately. Find the time taken in which each tap can separately fill the tank. So here we can see the tank and we can see the 2 taps over here, right? You can see this is a broader one and this is a smaller one. Obviously, more water will flow through the larger one, right? And less water will flow through the smaller one. Yes? All right. So together they are filling the tank in 9 3/8 hours. So separately, how much time are they going to take? So when we talk about this, it all depends, you know, it all depends on the pipe, how much water is flowing through it. Let's say total time that is required to fill to fill the entire tank, that's 9 3/8 hours, right? So time taken by the larger pipe, question is saying the larger diameter, tap of larger diameter is taking 10 hours less than the smaller one separately. Obviously, it is but obvious because the larger one will take lesser time than the smaller one to fill the tank. Yes? All right. And the time taken by the smaller one, let's say that is x hours. Let's assume it. Smaller one is taking x hours to fill the tank separately. So larger one will take x minus 10 hours. So is this much, these 2 statements clear to everyone? These 2 statements? Yes? Yes, reducible is not in the syllabus, but we are not going to reduce it. No. It all depends how you are solving this. This can be solved using the middle term splitting method also. Yes? All right, this is clear. Fine. So using the unitary method, right? So we are assuming the water is flowing uniformly. Nothing is written that water is not flowing uniformly. So part of tank filled by the smaller pipe in 1 hour is going to be 1 by x because it fills the entire tank in x hours. So in 1 hour, it's going to fill 1 by x. I hope this is clear. Quickly. How are we getting 1 by x? Unitary method. X plus 10. Let's say larger one is taking x hours, so smaller one will take x plus 10. Other way around, right? That's what you're asking? All right, this is clear. Similarly, the part of tank filled by the larger pipe in 1 hour, that's going to be 1 upon x minus 10 because it is taking x minus 10 hours to fill the tank separately. Yes? Okay, that's going to be 1 upon x minus 10. Unitary method we use basically when you have to find out the value of one thing, right? Yes, Uma, your reducible equation is related, but we are not solving this question with reducible method, right? When we are finding out the value of one thing, yes. So together they are filling the tank in 9 3/8 hours, which can be written as 75/8 hours, right? So tank, part of tank filled by the smaller tap in 1 hour is 1/x. Similarly, by the larger tap in 1 hour is 1 upon x minus 10. Similarly, so this is showing us what? On the left side, it's telling us about how much part of tank is filled. Part of tank filled. So here also, when we are equating it, on the right side also, we should be having part of the tank that is filled. And here it is telling us the time taken by the pipe. Both the pipes are taking 75/8 hours. Again, if I reciprocate this, it will be the part of the tank which is filled by both the pipes. Yes. Siraj, yes, Abhi, we will discuss the answer. We will discuss the final answer. Yes. Alright, so I hope this is clear to everyone. Why we reciprocated it? I'm telling you the reason. Because on both the sides, when you're equating, it has to be the same quantity. Here we are talking about the part of tank that is filled by the pipes. So here also it has to be the part of the tank that is filled by both of them. Sorry, I missed that question. Why we took 1/x, why not? How 8/75? That's what. So both the pipes are filling the tank in 75/8 hours, right? So in 1 hour, how much part they will fill? Unitary method, right? So this will get reciprocal. So we have 8/75, the part of tank. Yes? Why are we taking 1/x? Why not 1/x minus 10 first? How does that matter? If I write 1 upon x minus 10 first or 1/x first, we are anyways adding them. Yes? Yes, Niranjana. Yes, yes. You have to. Construction I'll be discussing. Yes. So what I'll do is simply, I'm not reducing this equation. Please do not get confused. We have just taken the LCM, you can see, and then it becomes 2x minus 10 upon x times x minus 10 equal to 8/75. Let's cross multiply them. What do you get? At the end, you can form this equation. See, this is not reducible method. You can solve it using the middle term splitting. We are just equating this, comparing this with the standard form of the quadratic equation, which is this. So we have the values of a, b and c. Yes? Now simply, we can split it up like this and we get the answer as 8x square minus 200x minus 30x plus 750. Yes. Shivaranjani, yes. So what we are doing here is simply I'm taking common from the consecutive terms now. So we get x minus 25, 8x minus 30 equal to 0. Let's equate them. You get x as 25 and 3.75. So 3.75 can't be taken here. Why? Why can't we take 3.75? Because time taken individually by the smaller pipe would be 25 hours. If that is 25 hours, larger pipe is taking 10 hours lesser than that. That's going to be 15 hours. In case if I take the time taken by the smaller tap as 3.75 hours, if I subtract 10 from it, I'll get a negative number, which is not possible. Time can never be negative. Yes. Now I hope your doubt is clear that ma'am, it is deleted. It is not in, it doesn't come under the reducible one. Yes. I hope this is clear. So reciprocate करने का reason I was telling you. Reciprocate क्यों किया? Because दोनों sides पे we need to have the same quantity. अगर left side पर आप बात कर रहे हो part of tank filled, कितना tank का part fill हुआ है by the taps in 1 hour. So right side पर भी we should have the same quantity. Right side पे हम 75/8 hours नहीं लिख सकते. हम time को part of the tank filled से equate नहीं कर सकते. Right? इसीलिए हमने इसको reciprocal किया. Let me just show you. Smaller tap, how much time it was taking? It was taking x hours. जब मैंने उसको reciprocal किया, क्या बन गया? Part of tank filled in 1 hour. Similarly, larger one was taking x minus 10 hours. तो जब मैंने उसको reciprocal किया, it became part of the tank that is filled by the larger pipe in 1 hour. Similarly, यहाँ पर भी आपको time given है 75/8 hours. जब मैं इसे reciprocate करूँगी, it will show me the part of the tank filled by both the pipes in 1 hour. Right? I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes, Om, sorry, I did not see what actually you asked. I will be discussing Swaminathan, don't worry. Yes, I hope this is clear to everyone now, right? Yes, completing the square method is deleted. After that, we have just framed the equation and did middle term splitting to get these values. And you have seen that we cannot take 3.75 because if I subtract 10 from it, the value is going to be negative and time is never negative. Yes, clear. All right, great, awesome. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next chapter now. So next we will be discussing arithmetic progressions. So let's take a look at the question number 6. So if third and the ninth term of the AP are 4 and minus 8 respectively, which term of this AP is 0? So we know when we talk about the nth term of an AP, it's an equal to a plus n minus 1d, right? First write down the given information. Third term is 4. That means a3 is 4, right? Ninth term is minus 8. So a9 is minus 8. We know this formula, right? Using this formula, I can write a3 as a plus 2d. That will be equal to 4. Let's mark this as equation number 1. a9 would be a plus 8d equal to minus 8. That's going to be our equation number 2, right? So now we have these two equations. What we will do is simply we will be using these to solve these equations to get the value of the variable. I'm subtracting them, so signs will change. What do we get? We get minus 60 equals to 12. So d is going to be minus 2 in this case. Right? D is minus 2. We have the value of common difference. Use any of the equations to get the value of a. That's going to be a plus 2 times minus 2 equal to 4. I'm using the first one, right? You can use any equation. What do you get? You get a as 8. So we have the first term. Question is saying which term of AP is 0? Some, that means koi term AP ka 0 hai. We don't know what that term number is. Basically I need to find that term number, right? N. So I'll say, let's say nth term of the AP be 0. Let's equate an with 0. Open the formula. A plus n minus 1d. Yes. Right. Let's put everything. A and d, whatever values we have, we will simplify this and we get n as 5. That means fifth term of this AP is going to be 0. Yes. I hope this is clear. I can see the answers. 5, 5, 5. This is clear to everyone. Yes? Awesome. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. So Ramkali saved rupees 5 in the first week of a year and then increased her weekly savings by rupees 1.75. If in the nth week her weekly savings become rupees 20.75, find n. So here she is saving money every week. So in the very first week, she saves rupees 5, right? So she has a piggy bank. In the first week, she is saving rupees 5. And then every week, her weekly savings are increasing by 1.75. So next week, she puts 1.75 to it. Total becomes 6.75. Again, in the third week, she puts 1.75. It becomes 8.5. Like this, we need to find out in the nth week. Her weekly savings become 20.75 at the end. So what is that value of n? I need to find that week number when the total savings become 20.75. Yes? Alright, so what we will do is simply we can form an AP. We can see an AP from here. First term is 5, right? Common difference is going to be 1.75 because every week her weekly savings are increasing by 1.75. Yes? Alright, so what we will do is total savings at the end are 20.75, that's AN. See, in questions like this, if we are able to figure out what is A, what is D, what is N, what is AN, then trust me, you have won half of the battle. Nothing is left in the question. Yes? So let's use this formula, put everything here, AN, A which is 5, D is 1.75, and on simplifying, what do you get at the end? You get N as 10. That means that is the 10th week when our weekly savings are going to become rupees 20.75. NCERT enough. NCERT enough. Are you talking about basic or standard one? For standard it is not. Please NCERT, NCERT exemplars, and do sample papers because you will come across different questions then. Yes, 10th week is the answer. For basic math, yes, do NCERT and then do sample papers for basic math only. Sample papers are must because you will come across different questions because digits might get changed, right? Yes, Prijo, please ask. Yes. Let's take a look at the next question. If the sum of the first n terms of the AP is 4n minus n square, sum of first n terms, that is given. First n terms, when it says sum of first n terms, that means according to statement Sn is given, right? What is the first term or S1? What is the sum of first two terms? What is the second term? Find third term, 10th term and nth term. Yes. So what I'll do here is, we know the formulas. That's the nth term formula, and another formula that you will not find this formula in the NCERT, but yes, it is there in the reference books, right? Like R.D. Sharma and all. So n is equal to Sn minus 1. Even if you do not know this formula, it's okay. Without this formula also we can solve this question. Yes. So what we will do here is simply Sum of first n terms, we have that Sn equals to 4n minus n square, right? I need to first find out the first term, or S1. When I'm saying S1 and A1 are going to be same thing, because sum till the first term is the first term only. First term cannot have a sum, right? So I'll simply put 1 over here wherever we have got n. I'll just replace n with 1. So it's going to be A1 equals to 4 times 1 minus 1 square. So A1 would be equal to 3 in this case, right? Yes, Kavita? A1 would be 3 in this case. Simply I'm putting 1 over here in Sn. Or you can say S1 will be 3. Yes, S1 is 3, A1 is also 3. Now we need to find out sum of first two terms. S2 we have to find out. When I'm saying S2, that's going to be 4 times 2 minus 2 square, 8 minus 4, that's going to be 4. Alright. What is the second term? You need to find A2. So A2 is nothing but, what is A2? A2 would be second term. Second term you have to find out, right? A2 is nothing but S2 minus S1. Makes sense, right? Yes, because sum of first two terms, right, that gives us S2. Alright. So what we will do here is simply we will put the values. I have the second term also, that is 1. Now find the third term. To find the other terms, I need the common difference, right? That we already know. So we can find out the common difference using the formula A2 minus A1, that's going to be minus 2. Okay. Now we will find out the third term, that is A1 plus 2D. Put everything here, you get A3, that's minus 1. Similarly for 10th term, that's A1 plus 9D. It's a very simple question, right? Right, so it's going to be 3 plus 9 minus 2, that's going to be minus 15. Now for the nth term, this time I do not have to replace n with anything. N will remain as it is. Just put A and common difference over here. What will you get? You get 5 minus 2n. Somebody was asking for the first step. First step is basically sum of first n terms that is given in the question. Sn is 4n minus n square, right? What is the first term, or S1? Just put 1 here, right? You put 1 here, you will get the value 4 minus 1, that's 3. S1, A1, same thing. When you are saying directly put the values 1, 2, 3, that will give you S1, S2, S3, right? Not A2, A3, that's different. Yes. S2 minus S1, S2 minus S1. So basically the sum of first two terms is basically S2. And as I said, S1, A1 is same thing. I can write this as S1 only. Yes. So A2 would be what? S2 minus S1. I hope this is clear. Yes, Arjun. कोई doubt नहीं है इसमें, ये simple है, right? Total gaming channel. I have explained this step one more time. Somebody asked me why A2 is S2 minus S1. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. I hope this is clear now because I can replace A1 with S1. Questions of circles? Yes, I will be discussing all the chapters. Don't worry. Yes, V Darshan. I just explained why A2 is not S1 minus S2, S2 minus S1. Right? Tips to score quantum. Yes, for standard maths. First thing, you should be thorough with your NCERT, with your NCERT exemplars, right? And then you try out sample papers, try giving mocks. You will be able to analyze. You will be able to analyze how much you are actually prepared now. Other formula is also the same thing. That's what I've used here. Let's say I want to find A2. Wherever we have n, I'll put 2. So what do I get? Again S2 minus S1. See, I just showed you the formula. It's not necessary, it's not mandatory that you have to remember this formula. Without using this formula also we can solve it. Yes? Thank you, Arvind. PVS, 1-tap, HCK, thank you. Yes, I hope this is clear. Yes? Any sample papers, there are many sample papers available online, or there are many books available in the market also. Yes, alright. I think this is clear to everyone. Now let's move ahead, let's take a look at the next question. So contact on construction job specifies a penalty for delay of completion beyond a certain days as follows, right? So for the first day, it's going to be rupees 200. For the second day, it's rupees 250. Third day is rupees 300, and so on like this. Every day you can see the penalty for each succeeding day is rupees 50 more than for the preceding day. So every day the penalty is increasing by 50 rupees, right, if you delay it. So how much money the contractor has to pay as penalty if he has delayed the work by 30 days. If the work gets delayed by 30 days, so how much is going to be the penalty in that case? Okay, so what we will do is, we know the formula. Obviously, when we are talking about the entire 30 days, we will be using SN formula, right? So for the first day, it's rupees 200. Every day it is increasing by 50. So common difference makes sense. Common difference is 50, right? So penalty that has to be paid if the work gets delayed by 30 days, that's going to be S30. So let's substitute the formula. So 30 by 2, 2 times 200, 30 minus 1 times 50. It's going to be 15. 400 plus 1540. On simplifying, you get rupees 27,750 as penalty. So this is going to be the answer in that case. All right. All right. So this is clear. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the starting point, which is 5 meters from the first potato, and other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in a straight line. There are 10 potatoes in all. Competitor starts from the bucket, picks up the nearest potato, runs back with it, drops it in the bucket, runs back to pick up the next potato, runs to the bucket to drop it in, and she continues in the same way until all the potatoes are in the bucket. What is the total distance the competitor has to run? So total 10 potatoes are there. So she starts from here, picks up the first potato and come back. Every time she is doing like this. So that means definitely we are talking about the sum, the total distance that she covers, right? So what we can do here is, simply she starts from here, picks up the first potato from here and comes back. So she covers a total distance of 10 meters. Then she starts from here again, comes here to pick up the second potato. Total distance is 8. Again she comes back, that's going to be 16. Like this we can form an AP series. Yes? Alright. So we can say that total 10 potatoes are there, right? So first term over here is 10. Common difference is going to be 6, right? When we subtract them. So we'll be finding out S10 over here. Let's put everything in the formula. What will you get? You get 370 meter at the end. Yes. All right. So this was from arithmetic progressions. Now let's move ahead. Let's see which chapter are we going to discuss next. So now I'll be discussing questions from circles. I think this is the one which you have been asking for quite some time, ma'am. Circle proof, how to prove them. Yes. Why A30? In the last one, where we were discussing about the contractor, the penalty one, because he's saying for entire 30 days what the penalty is going to be, not for the 30th day, right? So that's why S30. Yes, Srividya, so we are on circles now. We'll be discussing that. All the formulas and identities, yes, wherever you're using the formula, you're using identity, whatever reason is there with, if you're talking about geometry, everything has to be mentioned. Yes. All right. So prove that the tangents drawn at the ends of a diameter of a circle are parallel. First of all, we have to draw the figure in this case. We're talking about a circle over here, right? With center O. The tangents are drawn at the ends of the diameter. You can see diameter is AB, tangents are drawn here, PQ and RS, which are touching the circle at A and B respectively. Alright, so what we'll do here is, AB is the diameter of the circle. Here PQ and RS are the two tangents touching the circles at these 2 points. And we all know that radius and tangent are always perpendicular at the point of contact, right? So I can say that here this OA, it would be perpendicular to PQ, OB would be perpendicular to RS, right? So all these angles are going to be 90 degree, right? Yes. Alright. So what I can say from here is, this angle OBR, this angle over here, and this angle OAQ. Both these angles, you can see a Z is formed. Alternate interior angles are formed. Similarly, here as well you can see alternate interior angles are formed. So when alternate interior angles are equal, then definitely lines are going to be parallel. You see, proper reasoning has to be given. Yes? Yes, alternate interior angles. Alright. Proving sums, what do you mean by proving sums? This is a question where we have to prove. It's a part of proving sums only. Yes? Yes, absolutely, Niranjana. You can use that formula. Yes, but you have to mention the formula first. Whatever formula you're using, please mention it. Yes, alright. Great. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question now. Yes. Last one, how you got 16? In which one? 16 in which one? More time. All right, 90 at the diameter, easy. Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes, Rishit. So two tangents TP and TQ are drawn to a circle with center O from an external point. Prove that angle PTQ is twice of angle OPQ. Figure we have to make on our own in this question. So here we are talking about a circle which has got two tangents TP and TQ from the external point. And we have to prove that this angle PTQ, this one, is equal to twice of this angle OPQ. Yes? Alright, so what we will do here is simply we know that radius and tangent are perpendicular, right? So this complete angle would be 90 degree because this OP is a radius and this is a tangent. Make sense? So this entire angle TPQ plus angle OPQ would be 90 degree. Yes? Okay. So angle TPQ, you can get the value from here. Let's take that to the other side. First equation we have formed. Now in this triangle PTQ, we know that in this triangle these two lengths would be equal because tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal in length. So TP would be equal to TQ. So in a triangle, when the two sides are equal, their opposite angles also get equal. So these two angles would be equal. Angle opposite to equal sides of a triangle. Quickly tell me if this much part is clear. Yes. Saloni, you can take a screenshot. PDF of the question, take a screenshot wherever you feel you need the solution, you need help with the solution. Yes? Shania, yes, 16. Okay, previous question you're talking about. So, second potato was at a distance of 8 meters. So, she'll pick up the potato and she'll come back to put that in the bucket. So, total distance would be 16 in that case. When we use theorem in a question, sorry I missed that question. Are you asking do we need to write the full statement or theorem 10.1? Please don't write theorem 10.1, 10.2. You have to write the entire statement. No 10.1, 10.2. Entire statement has to be written. Yes. I hope no one has confused, no one has this kind of doubt, right? Alright. So this is clear, right? Because this angle is 90 degree. See, just when you read a question from geometry, the first thing that you should do is, when you make a figure, question, just write down everything and what all information do you gather from there. When the question says these are the two tangents to the circle, so I know one thing, that the length of tangents are going to be equal. This leads us to that these two angles would be equal. Just write down the information that you get, then you try linking them, right? And then when it says that this is the radius and this is tangent, obviously they would be 90 degree. From here we get another thing. Then you try to, create a link between them. Alright. Agrima, ma'am, in a question which is of more marks but the solution is stored, do we need to add something extra? Absolutely not, Agrima. This is mathematics paper. This is not a theoretical subject where you need to add on information, where you need to elaborate on something to fetch more marks. Even if the solution is short, whether it's a 3 marker or whatever it is, doesn't matter. It has to be correct. Just remember one thing, whatever you are writing, proper reasoning has to be given, formula has to be written. Units, do not forget to write the units. Do not skip steps. Just keep that in mind. We do not have to skip the steps. Alright. So I think this is clear to everyone. Now what I'll do is, I have the two equations, right? We know the angle sum property. So in this triangle, I'm going to add up all the angles. That is going to be equal to 180 degree. I need PTQ and OPQ. Let's replace the other angles with them. So TPQ is already there, right? This TQP can be replaced with TPQ because they are equal anyways, and PTQ as it is, right? So from here I'm going to get twice of TPQ. Let me write it down here for you so that you get a clarity. Plus angle PTQ, that's going to be equals to 180 degrees, right? Now I know one thing, this angle TPQ could be replaced with 90 degree minus OPQ. That's what I have done here. Why am I doing it? Because I need relation between these two angles. Right, so just write everything and you arrive at the final answer. Ma'am, can we do rough at the last page? Yes, you can do that. And rough work at the last page, absolutely, yes. All right. No doubts, so that we can, all right, let's move ahead then. Prove that the angle between the two tangents drawn from an external point to a circle is supplementary to the angle subtended by the line segment joining the point of contact at the center. Let's make the figure first. We are talking about a circle where the angle between the two tangents drawn from an external point to a circle. So a circle is here. This is the external point from where two tangents have been drawn. Now it says the angle between these two tangents, that means this angle that I am highlighting here, is supplementary. That means when I add this angle with another one, their sum is supplementary. Which is the other angle? The angle subtended by the line segment joining the point of contact at the center. Point of contact at the center is here. This line segment is joining them. So I need to show that this angle and this angle, their sum is 180 degree. That's supplementary. Now I know one thing. This is radius, this is radius, this is tangent. So these angles are going to be 90 degrees. It's a four-sided figure, so it's a quadrilateral. And we know that all the four angles of a quadrilateral, their sum is 360 degrees. Radius, tangent are perpendicular. You can see here how we have mentioned the steps. Each and everything has to be mentioned. Then I'm saying that OA and PA are going to be perpendicular. So this angle is 90 degrees. Similarly, this angle would be 90 degrees. Alright, so what we can do is in this quadrilateral, let's add all them up. It's going to be equal to 360 degree. These two angles are 90 degree and hence proved. We arrived at the solution. Rough work on right side. You mean you will put a margin and then do it? See, it can be done, but the thing is the answer sheet gets very messed up. So don't do that. Try doing it on the last page. Yes. All right, all right. No doubt still here? Alright, let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. A quadrilateral ABCD is drawn to circumscribe a circle. Prove that AB plus CD is equal to AD plus BC. So what we can do here is simply, first of all, let's draw a circle. A quadrilateral is drawn to circumscribe a circle. That means circle is inside the quadrilateral. Read the statement carefully, right? Alright. So let's mark everything. Yes. So we can say that here the tangents, we know that tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal in length. So here this point A is nothing, that's an external point. So AP and AS are going to be equal. From this point B, BP and BQ are going to be equal. From this point C, in a similar manner, CR, CQ are going to be equal. From D, DR and DS are going to be equal. Yes. Alright, alright. So what we will do is simply, I'm going to add them up. So you can understand this from here only, that why are we adding them up. Once I add all the above equations, we get this. All the left side things would be added and whatever written on the right side, they would be added together. Let's make up pairs, DR plus CR. DR plus CR, why am I adding up? So that they become CD. Similarly, AP plus BP, right? Similarly, CQ plus BQ, DS plus AS. When you add them up, you get CD plus AB equal to AD plus BC, which is this, hence proved. Yes, but make sure when you are adding them up, you have to be careful, because sometimes what happens is, I tell you, sometimes students make this mistake. I'm not saying all of you would be doing it, but yes, if you write it like this, DS equal to DR and all the other things in the same way, when you add them up, you won't be able to add them, right? So it has to be written in such a way that when you add them up, they are lying on the same sides. Yes? I hope, because this thing I think I have told you earlier as well. Make sure when you come across such questions, you are adding them up, things that you're writing on the same side. You have to be careful. Alright, let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question now. Triangle ABC is drawn to circumscribe a circle of radius 4 cm such that the segments BD and DC, into which BC is divided by the point of contact D, are of lengths 8 cm and 6 cm respectively. Find the sides. So here in this question, we already have the figure. This is the circle. It is drawn to circumscribe, a triangle is drawn to circumscribe this. Let's label it. Radius is given, that's 4 cm. This is the radius OD. And these lengths are also given. Now I know one thing, that length of tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal in length. So in that case, from this point C, CF and CD are going to be equal. So this will also be 6 cm. This BD and BE are going to be equal. This will be 8 cm. Similarly, let's say this is X, so this will also be X centimeter, right? So question is asking for sides length AP and AC. Heron's formula we learned in grade 9th, right? That is square root of S, S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. And for a right angle triangle, if you talk about, that's half times base times height, Alright, so what we will do here is simply let's drop perpendiculars from the center, and we can say that here length of tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal in length. This is what I just explained you, right? They are going to be equal. This is 6 centimeter, this is 8 centimeter. You have to mention everything. So in this triangle ABC, I can say that this entire AB, that's going to be 8 plus x centimeter. This entire AC is going to be 6 plus x centimeter. This BC is going to be 6 plus 8, that means 14 centimeter. I have the total side lengths, but still I need to know x. That's the unknown value. So what you will do here is simply we will find out the semi-perimeter. We did that. The perimeter is sum of all the sides. Semi-perimeter, as the name suggests, half of that. So these are the sides that I have, A, B and C. We have denoted them with A, B, C. Let's add all them up, right? Once you add all them up, in the denominator we have got 2. So this becomes 2s equals to this thing, and s would be 14 plus x. Yes. All right. All right. So area of triangle, we know that for a Heron's form when we apply. Put everything here, all the side lengths. What do you get? On simplifying, we have square root of 14 plus x times 8 times 6 times x. Any doubts in this step? Quickly tell me. Yes. Yes, Shikha. Heron's formula is used here. Right. Thank you, Lakshmi. Absolutely, Daksh. That's a semi-perimeter. I hope this is clear to everyone. Quickly. Vishwanath, Patra, Prabha. Alright. So what we are doing here is when we are applying the Heron's formula, I need the value of S, right? I need the value of S. S is what? That's semi-perimeter. So I'll take the sum of all the side lengths from here, right? Which is going to be what? X plus 6, x plus 8, and this is 14. Divide that by 2 equal to S. What I'm getting here? I'm getting 2x. This is 6 plus 8, 14. 14 plus 14, 28 by 2. Let's take 2 common. So I have this. That's how I'm getting the value of S from here. Any confusions in the value of S? Agrima, Srishti, Sri Kailash, how are we arriving at this value of S? Any confusion still here? Yes? Semi-perimeter is nothing. Just perimeter means sum of all the sides. We are dividing them by 2. Clear, Prabha, Ruth, Diksha? I hope this step is clear to everyone, the previous one, right? Because length of tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. So this will be 6, 6. These would be 8, 8, and this would be x, x. Yes? This is clear to everyone. This is simple because we are using this theorem. So this is going to be 6 centimeter. This is going to be 8 centimeter, right? Alright, so next step is I need to find out this value of x. How do I find this out? So what I'm doing here is I'm using the Heron's formula that you have learned in your previous grade. Yes, so that is basically semi-perimeter we are finding out here, which is sum of all the sides by 2. So what are the sides here? Let's say A is 8 plus x. That means AB. That means AB. And this another one, B, is 6 plus x, which is basically this AC. And C over here is denoting this 14. Yes, Shikha, absolutely. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm just putting all the values here so that I get the value of S, which is 14 plus x. Derivation is not coming, Shweta, don't worry. Now this is clear? Yes? Alright, so this is the Heron's formula. So I'm going to substitute here. So S is 14 plus x. S minus A, 14 plus x minus 8 plus x. Put this in bracket because when you will open the bracket, this 14 plus x minus 8 minus x, x cancelled, you get 6 only, right? Like this. Similarly, when you simplify this, x will get cancelled, you will get 8 only. Similarly, when you open this, 14 will get cancelled and we will have x only, right? So this is the area for triangle ABC. So 6 into 8 is 48x. This is our first equation. Again, I don't have the value of x, right? We need the value of AB and AC. So to get the value of x, what we will do here is, we will join this OA, OC and OB. So that I have 3 triangles you can see. This is triangle OBC, this is triangle OAB, and this is triangle OAC. These 3 triangles I have, and all these triangles have got perpendiculars. right? All right, so in this first triangle OBC, we have half times, base is BC, height is OD, half times BC times OD. In the other triangle, which is OAB, this is OAB. Again here also, base times height, AB times OE. In this other triangle OAC, base times height, AC times OF. Yes, let's put everything here. What is BC? BC we can see it's 14. OD is what? OD is the radius, that's 4. So AB is what? AB over here is going to be x plus 8. And OE is what? That's 4. That's the radius again. And this is 6 plus x times 4. Let's simplify everything. Right? So 28 plus 2x plus 16 plus 2x plus 12. I'm getting 4x plus 56. See, again I'm getting the area of triangle ABC, but it's still, there is x in it. I don't have the value of x. Right? So what do we do here is, both are the area of triangle ABC. I'm going to equate them. So when you equate them, a quadratic equation will be formed, right? A big equation will be formed. Then you arrive at this equation, then you do splitting and all, and you arrive at the value of x. So this is one way of doing it, but it's a little, I would say, calculative, more time consuming. So at this step, when you come at this step, what we can do here is, we have got 14 plus x over here, right? Another value is 48x, and let that be as it is, right? So if I do squaring both sides, so square from this side will be removed, another side would be what? 56 plus 4x whole square. Make sense? Alright, so here we have 14 plus x and this is 48x. So from here, from this square bracket, what I'll do here is, I can write it twice, 56 plus 4x, 56 plus 4x. So here I'll write it as it is, 14 plus x, 40x, 48x. From here I'll take 4 common. So when I take 4 common, what is going to be left inside? This is going to be 14 plus x, and this, from here also I take 4 common. We have 14 plus x. This is going to be very simple, trust me. Now what I'll do here is, no calculations you need to do. This gets cancelled, right? This is 4 times 1, 4 times 2, that's 12. 4 times 1, 4 times 3. We have 3x equal to 14 plus x. So I'll get 2x equal to 14, x would be 7. Because otherwise, if you go ahead with this method, it completely depends on you. There will be a lot of calculation involved, right? So here, just by 2-3 steps, without doing any much calculation, we can do this. So it's up to you, whichever method you want to apply. Yes? Alright. Ma'am, we can do it by squaring both sides. Squaring both sides? Yes, I did that only. Alright. Alright. So x is 7. Now I need the value of AB and AC. What was AB? AB was x plus 8. That means 15 centimeter. AC was x plus 6. That's 13 centimeter. Let me give you a quick summary of this question. What we did was, first of all, we got all the side lengths like AB, BC and AC in terms of x. And then what we did here was, we applied the Heron's formula. And again, we have to get the area of triangle ABC. And again, to get the area of triangle ABC, we dropped perpendiculars in these 3 triangles. Using half times base times height, we got the area, we equated them, and then we solved it further. Right? Alright. So I think this is clear to everyone. So this was the last question from this chapter. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at which chapter are we going to discuss next. Now we'll be discussing constructions. Alright. So here is the first question. Draw a line segment of length 7.6 centimeter and divide it in the ratio 5:8. Measure the 2 parts. Yes. See, if you have time, try giving the justification. Yes. So what we will do here is, simply we will draw a line segment AB of 7.6 centimeter, and then we draw an acute angle with this line segment AB and mark that as AX. Now what we'll do here is, simply we will draw another ray BY parallel to this AX, making an acute angle. The same angle would be formed, right? Please do not use protractor for these questions. You have to use compass, yes, for drawing these angles. Now we'll be putting arcs. Let's mark that as AY, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, and this have to be equal. Similarly on the other length as well, up to B8. Now what you'll do is, this line segment is 7.6 centimeter. You will have to join this A5 and B8. So AP would be 2.9 centimeter and BP would be 4.7 centimeter. So it's divided in the ratio 5:8. Yes. All right, all right. So no doubt still here. Yes, Neha. Yes, that's compulsory. Thank you, Diksha. Let's take a look at the next question. Draw a pair of tangents to a circle of radius 5 centimeter which are inclined to each other at an angle of 60 degree. Very good question. So for this question, let's first take a look at a rough sketch. We have a circle. Tangents are inclining at an angle of 60 degree. This is what this statement means. So tangents are there. That means radius would be here. That means these two angles would be of 90 degree. So it's basically a four-sided figure. So I can say that sum of all the angles in a quadrilateral are equal to 360 degree. So this is 90, this is 90, this is 60. So this center angle would be 120 degree. Why I did this? To get the value of this center angle, because we need it. Yes? Yes, just mathematics, yes. All right. Yes, Ishan, it is a part of the syllabus. Alright, so what we will do here is, first of all, let's draw a circle of radius 5 centimeter as the question says. Then let's mark the two radii OA and OB. At the center we have to draw an angle of 120 degrees using the compass. Alright, so we'll draw this angle and let's mark this radius as OP. Right, so two radii we have. We know that radius and tangent are perpendicular, so we will mark 90 degree angles over here at these 2 points. Let's draw 90 degree angles. And both the tangents will be joining at a point, and that will be nothing but that angle would be 60 degree. At the end, what you should do is you can cross check the angle using a protractor. Please do that. Please do check it. Yes. All right, all right. So I hope this question is clear to everyone. Yes. Thank you, Dipanshi. All right, let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. Draw a line segment AB of length 8 centimeter. Taking A as center, draw a circle of radius 4 centimeter, and taking B as center, draw another circle of radius 3 centimeter. Construct tangents to each circle from the center of the other circle. See, in questions like this, I would say half of the steps of construction is already given. It's already telling you what to do. First, it says we have to draw a line segment AB of 10 centimeter. Taking A as center, we have to draw a circle of radius 4 centimeter. This is what we will do. Yes. And B as center, we draw another circle of radius 3 centimeter. So till here, the construction is given. Now we need to construct tangents to each circle from the center of the other circle. So what do we do in that case? So from wherever point you have to draw the tangent to the circle, we join that point to the center of that circle, which is already joined here, and then we take the perpendicular bisector of that line, which we did here. Mark that midpoint as C here. Now, taking C as center or AC or BC as radius, let's draw a circle. You can see that it is intersecting the circle at these points P, Q, R and S. Now from these, you can join them. So we have drawn the tangents to the respective circles. Yes? Rishit, yes, it is needed. Even if it is not asked, please mention it. Yes? Thank you, FIY activities. All right. Yes, Diksha, please do write it. Shikha, no, we have to mention steps of construction. Please do mention it, even if it is not asked. All right, so this was from the constructions. This was the last question. Now let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next chapter now. Now we will be discussing some applications of trigonometry. So here is question number 19. Electrician has to repair an electric fault on a pole of height 5 meters. She needs to reach a point 1.3 meter below the top of the pole to undertake the repair work. What should be the length of the ladder that she should use, which when inclined at an angle of 60 degree to the horizontal would enable her to reach the required position? Also, how far from the foot of the pole should she place the foot of the ladder? So this is the pole. Pole's height is given, that's 5 meter. Electrician is here, right? So the ladder is inclined at an angle of 60 degree, right? And ladder is still here. That means electrician will stand here and then he will do the repair work. So it is 1.3 meters below the top. I hope question is clear to everyone. So we need to find out how far from the foot of the pole should she place the foot of the ladder. This is the foot of the pole, this is the foot of the ladder. BC here you have to find out, and it says would enable her to reach the required position, right? What should be the length of the ladder also you need to find out. So first case, first mention everything whatever is given. So AB over here is what? That would be 5 minus 1.3. That's 3.7 meters, right? So AB is 3.7 meters. Now in this triangle ABC, sine 60 would be AB by AC, perpendicular by hypotenuse. Why am I using hypotenuse here? Because I need to find out the length of the ladder. That's root 3 by 2 equal to 3.7 by AC. Let's put everything here. We get 4.27 meters. That's the length of the ladder, right? Alright, so in talking about the other thing that we need BC. So in triangle ABC, tan 60 would be AB by BC, root 3 equal to 3.7 by BC. That's going to be 2.14. That means it is 2.14 meter away from the foot of the pole. Yes? Alright. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Alright, let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. So from a point on the ground, the angle of elevation of the bottom and the top of a tower fixed on the top of a 20-meter high building are 45 degree and 60 degree respectively. Find the height of the tower. So you can see this building over here, that's 20 meters high. Tower is on the top of it, that's AD. So from a point on the ground, the angle for the bottom of the tower and top of the tower are made. Yes? Alright. So what we will do here is simply first mention everything, the angles, the length, everything you have to mention. So in triangle DBC, I can say tan 45 degree would be DB by DC. This is DBC triangle, this one, right? Tan 45 would be DB by BC. Tan 45 is 1, that's going to be 20 by BC, so BC would be 20 meters. Yes? Alright. So what we will do here is in this triangle ABC, the bigger one, this angle is 60 degrees. So that's going to be AB by BC, which is AB equal to 20 root 3 meters. That's equation number 2. So I need this value of AD, the height of the tower. So I'll simply subtract them. I get 20 root 3 minus 1 meters. Root 3, no, not necessary. You can leave it. Yes. Alright. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Simple question. Don't draw the diagrams? Absolutely yes. See, drawing the diagrams is must on your answer sheet using the pencil. Yes. Don't draw with pens. Because how the teacher will understand what is AB, BC and CD if you would not draw the diagrams? Yes. Compulsory for surface areas and volumes. See, if there is, the figure is drawn in, already given in the question, right? Then there is no need to draw that figure again in the answer sheet. For surface areas and volumes I am saying, right? For geometry chapters it is must. But let's say you are doing any modification to that figure, modification as in you are changing the labeling or something, please draw that in your answer sheet because your answer would be based on that figure in that case. So try drawing the figures wherever it is asked, wherever it is important. Alright, let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. As observed from the top of a 75-meter high lighthouse, from the sea level, the angle of depression of two ships are 30 degree and 45 degree. If one ship is exactly behind the other on the same side of the lighthouse, find the distance between the two ships. So both two ships we are talking about, they're on the same side of the lighthouse. Figure would be like this. Yes. And it is observed from the top of the lighthouse, that means angle of depression would be found. 30 degrees and 45 degrees. Alright. So we need to find out the distance between the two ships, that means the CD. So here AB over here is 75 meters. Right, and these are the two angles. Alright, so what we will do here is, you can see alternate interior angles are formed. That's why these are 45 degree and 30 degree. In this triangle ABC that I am highlighting here tan 45 would be AB by BC. Tan 45 is 1 and this is 75 by BC, so BC would be 75 meter. That's the first equation. Similarly, in this triangle ABD, the bigger one here, tan 30 is AB by BD. So that's 1 by root 3 equal to 75 upon BC plus CD. So 1 by root 3 equal to 75 plus CD. BC is 75, we just got the value. Cross multiply this, you get CD equal to 75 root 3 minus 75, take common and we arrive at the final answer. Give the proper final statement along with the units as the end. Yes? I hope this is clear. 54.75, you are converting it in decimals. That is also okay if you are converting it. Yes? Alright. Yes, Riya, so what we are doing here is we are applying this trigonometry in two triangles, right angle triangles. One is triangle ABC, one is triangle ABD, right? And then you just have to simplify them. Alright, let's move ahead. Let's take a look at question number 22. The shadow of a tower standing on a level ground is found to be 40 meter longer when the sun's altitude is 30 degree than when it is 60 degree. Find the height of the tower. So this is the tower over here. When the sun's altitude changes from 60 to 30, the length of the shadow increases by 40 meters. Let's say this BC over here, this is P meters, right? Alright, so we need to find out the height of the tower. So what we will do here is, we will simply say that BD over here is going to be 40 plus P. As I said, it is P meters, right? BD is going to be P meters, right? Yes, Riya. This is 40 meters, this is P meters. So we have to find out the height of this. Yes, Neha. Yes, yes. So what we will do here is, in this triangle ABC, tan 60 degree would be AB upon BC. So root 3 would be H by P. H would be root 3P. That's our equation number 1. Necessary to convert in decimal? Not necessary, but if you can provide the answers in decimal, that would be good if the time allows. Yes. Alright, alright. So this is the first equation, and then we are talking about this triangle ABD. This triangle, right? Tan 30 degree would be AB upon BD, right? Tan 30 is what? 1 by root 3. AB is H, BD is P plus 40. So what I'll do here is, I already have the value of H, root 3P. Let's cross multiply them. We get P plus 40 equal to 3P. So P would be 20 meters. What I need in the question is the height of the tower, right? That is going to be 20 root 3. Yes, 20 root 3, 30, 24, 34.6. Yes, Kashif, if they are, you can convert that. Yes, Neha. I hope this is clear to everyone. No doubts? Alright, alright. So in these two triangles, we have just applied the trigonometry here. So height of the tower would be 20 root 3 meters. So this was from some applications of trigonometry. Now let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next topic. So now we will be discussing questions from surface areas and volumes. Yes, let's take a look at question number 23 now. So medicine capsule is in the shape of a cylinder with two hemispheres stuck to each of its ends. Right, this is the cylinder and two hemispheres are at the ends. The length of the entire capsule is 14 millimeters. Diameter of the capsule is given, that's 5 millimeters. The diameter, right, this is the diameter. So both cylinder and hemispheres are sharing the same diameter. Yes, find its surface area. So first thing, you can see that it's a combination of figures. There is hemispheres, there is cylinder as well. So total surface area would be curved surface area of both the hemispheres and curved surface area of cylinder. I hope this is clear to everyone why we are using the curved surface area. Yes, Gagan, I will be discussing, don't worry. Yes, why curved surface area? Why not total surface area of these figures? We are talking about a capsule over here. I'm sure that all of you must have seen a capsule. Some of you might have consumed it also, right? So in a capsule, whatever mixture is inside it, right, पूरे में move हो सकता है वो, right? So basically basically we can say there is no partition over here, right? So that means we are only considering the curved surface area, not the total surface area, because total surface area we will consider in a case when this is closed. These ends are open. When we talk about TSA, FIY activities, when I'm talking about the TSA of a hemisphere, it is closed from the top. Yes? But here we are talking about CSA of hemisphere, so it's like a bowl. It's like a bowl, right? That's the difference. Alright, and when talking about the cylinder also, its ends are open. It is not closed from above. Yes, that's why we are considering the curved surface area. Alright, alright. So here curved surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi RH and for hemisphere it's 2 pi r square. So we have the diameter of this capsule, that's 5 millimeters. So radius would be 2.5 millimeters. Now when I'm talking about the length, first let's find out the curved surface area of the hemisphere, that's 2 pi r square. Let's put everything, we get 275 millimeter square. Yes? So length of the cylinder would be total length minus twice the radius. Total length is what? Total length is 14 millimeters. This is what? This is 2.5, this is 2.5. So I'll subtract twice of 2.5, that is 5, I get 9 millimeters, right? That's the length for this cylinder over here. Alright, so what we will do is curved surface area of the cylinder would be 2 pi RH. Let's put everything here and we get 990 by 7 millimeters square. Alright, so what I'll do is for total surface area, we have to take curved surface area of two hemispheres. So I'll multiply that, we get 1540 by 7, which is 220 millimeters square. Yes? Alright, so this is clear to everyone, yes? Great, great. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. A tent is in the shape of a cylinder surmounted by a conical top. So this is the tent, cylindrical shape it has, and it is surmounted by a conical top. If the height and the diameter of the cylindrical part are given, height is 2.1 meter and its diameter is 4 meters, right? The slant height of the top of the cone is also given, that's 2.8 meters, right? Find the area of the canvas that is used to make the tent and cost of the canvas of the tent at the rate of 500 per meter square. Base of the tent will not be covered with canvas. This note kind of thing, they do not come in the paper generally. So you should know this thing that tent is never on the base, right? Canvas is never put on the base. So it is always on the outers, yes, just to covering it. So that means what we will do here is we will be finding out the total surface area. So in that case we need curved surface area of the cylinder and curved surface area of the cone, because it is not closed from here, it is open. Just imagine a tent. Generally we find such tents in circus. I'm sure that none of you would have seen that, right? Circus and all. So there is a cylindrical tent and at the top of it there is a conical tent. You might see such things in the movies, but at the bottom there is nothing, and here also it is open from here. That's why we are finding out the curved surface area. Yes, Megha, that's important, and I will be discussing that question in a while. Don't worry. Alright. Alright, so here curved surface area of cylinder is 2 pi RH and curved surface area of the cone is pi RL. So diameter is 4 meters, slant height is given, height of the cylinder is given. So radius in that case would be 2 meters. Right, so what we will do here is simply we will be finding out the curved surface area of cone plus CSA of cylinder. Let's put the values. See, rather finding out the CSA of cone first and CSA of cylinder, both these separately and then adding them up, better way to do it, just to save time, you take common from the formula only, right? And then you put the values. It will be much more easier, less time consuming, less calculative. Trust me, you can try this when you are practicing at home. Yes? Alright, so this is the surface area of the tent, 44 millimeter square. So what I'll do is, question is asking us to find out the cost also. Per meter square it is 500. So for the total canvas it's going to be rupees 22,000. See, everywhere you have to mention the units. Yes? Alright. So this is clear to everyone? Yes, quickly thumbs up, smileys. Thank you, Tab, Lenovo. Yes? Alright, alright. Yes, I'm listening. Please tell me whatever it is. Yes, Mayank Chaubey, clear. Great. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question, number 25. From a solid cylinder whose height is 24 centimeter and diameter 2.4 centimeter and diameter is 1.4 centimeter, a conical cavity of the same height and same diameter is hollowed out. Conical cavity, same height, same diameter. That is hollowed out. Yes. Find the total surface area of the remaining solid to the nearest centimeter square. So here we have the cylinder and here this is the conical cavity that is hollowed out. So when you have hollowed it out, when you have removed it, the leftover portion that you can see here is the one which is highlighted in, not the purple one, the blue one that I am shading with yellow. That's the leftover portion. We need to find out the remaining surface area. So we will take CSA of the conical cavity. Why curved surface area? Because we need the area of this shape also. When we talk about areas, we are talking about the surfaces. Yes. And then CSA of the cylinder to take the the surface area of this of the cylindrical portion, right? And then the area of the base of the cylinder, this base, because this is closed from here. So we are taking all these areas. Now we know the formulas. What is the diameter? They are sharing the same diameter, 1.4 centimeter. So radius would be 0.7 centimeter. Height is 2.4 centimeter. Question says it is same. All right. So let's first find out the slant height for this, because obviously we would require that. So 2.4 square, 0.7 square, 5.76 plus 0.49. So we have square root of 6.25. So well is 2.5 centimeters. Yes, Mayank? Alright, alright. Awesome. So this is clear. So we have the slant height. Now I can just apply the formula. See, here also we have written all the things first, all the formulas first, then we took common from here to reduce the calculations time also. Let's put all the values. You get 17.6 centimeter square. That's the answer. Yes, Kashif Ikhtiar Khan. Ayushi, understood? Yes? Yasharth, that was for the slant height. Alright, alright. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at question number 26 now. The gulab jamun one you were asking me. Yes? A gulab jamun contains sugar syrup up to 30% of its volume. So in every gulab jamun, if you talk about the sugar syrup, that is 30% of volume of the gulab jamun. Right? Keep that in mind. Now find approximately how much syrup would you found in 45 gulab jamuns. Okay. Each of them is shaped like a cylinder with two hemispherical ends. Length is 5 centimeter, diameter is 2.8 centimeter. So when I'm talking about the volume of one gulab jamun, each gulab jamun has a cylindrical part and two hemispheres. So volume of cylinder plus volume of two hemispheres. We need that to find out the total volume of one gulab jamun. Yes? I'll answer to that question, Shania. Yes. So volume of cylinder, we know the formula pi r square h. Volume of hemisphere is 2 upon 3 pi r cube. So total length of gulab jamun is 5 centimeter, entire length. So it has got hemispheres also attached to it. Entire length is 5 centimeter. Now hemisphere has a radius of 1.4. So this length is 1.4, this is also 1.4. So from entire 5 centimeter, this length and this length will be subtracted. Yes. So it's going to be 2.2 centimeter, the remaining length of for the cylindrical part, the height of the cylindrical part. So total volume is simply you put the formulas here, put everything, all the values, right? Find it up to 2-3 decimal places, you get 25.05 centimeter cube. That's the volume for one gulab jamun. Now what I need here is, question says 30%, the sugar syrup in one gulab jamun is 30% of its volume. There are 45 gulab jamuns. So to get the value of sugar syrup in one gulab jamun, it's going to be 30% of the volume of one gulab jamun. Since there are 45 gulab jamuns, we will multiply that by 45, right? So what do you get? 338.175 centimeter cube. So approximately it would be 338 centimeter cube. That would be the one. Yes. Okay, so I hope this question is clear to everyone. No doubt still here? Yes? This is clear? Quickly give me thumbs up smileys if you have no doubts so that I can move ahead. Yes? All right, all right. Thank you, Kshetra Rinesh. Yes. So, before I move ahead to the next chapter, I would like to answer the question asked by Shania that why in the previous question when we were talking about the cylinder and conical cavity was hollowed out, right? Why I considered the surface area, curved surface area for cone as well. Reason being, when you hollow it out, let's say question is asking about the volume. In that case, what will you do to get the volume of the remaining solid? You would subtract the volume of the cone from the volume of cylinder. But when you talk about, because volume talks about the capacity, right? Cone remove ho gaya, so remaining capacity would be that. But when we talk about the area, area talks about the surfaces. I need the area for this surface also that I'll only get when I add the CSA of the cone. Yes? So when we talk about areas, we do not subtract really. I hope Shania, your doubt is clear. To get the area of that conical surface, I had to add that. Yes? Alright, let's move ahead. So this was from surface areas and volumes. Let's move ahead to the next chapter. Now I'll be discussing statistics. Alright, let's take a look. Question number 27. The following distribution shows the daily pocket allowance of children of a locality. The mean pocket allowance is 18. So I'm already given the mean in the question, right? Find the missing frequency f. You can see that first of all when you look at the data, first see that the data is continuous or not. It is continuous, right? Because the upper limit over here and lower limit, that is matching with each other. Now we have to find out the missing frequency. I'll be using that direct mean method over here, which is summation fi xi by summation fi. Alright, so this is the frequency. Let's add up all of them. We get f plus 44. That's summation fi. Yes, Neha, water flow questions, are you talking about that tap one? I have already discussed the one. Alright. So when we talk about direct mean method, I need the midpoints. I need xi, the mid values. How do we find that? Lower limit plus upper limit by 2. So 11 plus 13 by 2, that's 12. 13 plus 15 by 2, that's 14. Like this, we will mark all the values over here, right? So we have these values. Now we'll be finding out fi xi. We will multiply each value in fi with the corresponding value in xi. Right? It is 12 times 7, 84, 14 times 6, 84. Like this, we find for all the values. This is going to be 20f. When you are adding them up, summation fi xi would be 752 plus 20f. You cannot add this value with 752, right? It's going to be 752 plus 20f. So remember this thing. Alright. So we have these values. All we need to do is we have to put them in the formula. Do not forget to write the formula first. Yes, Then put the values. Cross multiply this, we get 792 plus 18f equal to 752 plus 20f. So 2f would be 40, f is 20. So that's the missing frequency. Yes, thank you, Bibi Afia. Ma'am, we have to show the divide xi table. Divide xi table, you don't have to show the division, that lower plus upper by 2, but yes, you have to make that column xi. Column you have to show. So this is clear, yes? Let's move ahead, let's take a look at the next question. To find the concentration of SO2 in air in parts per million, that is ppm, the data was collected for 30 localities in a certain city and is presented below. Find the mean concentration of SO2 in the air. Yes. So this, you can see the class intervals over here. This is continuous, right? First, always check this thing. Frequency is given over here. So for 30 localities, we are finding out. For 30 localities, I am using direct method over here, direct mean method. So summation Fi is going to be 30. When we are finding out the values, the mid values over here, the xi, right? Which is what? Lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Right, what will we get here? We will get 0.02. When I multiply this with Fi, that means 4, that's going to be 0.08. So in a similar manner, you fill for each one of them. Yes? Yes, Kavya. For figures, that has to be made with pencil and ruler, not pen. For this box also, please use pencil and ruler, not pens. For filling in the values and all, values and these headings, that you have to write with pen. Yes, Pari, we have a session tomorrow as well. Yes. Alright, so what we are doing here is we will be finding out the value of summation Fi xi, which is 2.96. How to know whether we have to use direct or assumed mean method? See, name of the method is generally not mentioned in the question. If it is mentioned, please use that method only, right? But if the name of the method is not mentioned, you can use any method. When you see that the values are very small over here, right? Then in that case, use direct method. Still, assumed mean method can also be used. It all depends on you. Whatever method you are more comfortable with, whatever method you find more convenient. But if the values are bigger, try avoiding direct mean method in that case, because it's going to be very calculative. There will be more chances of getting silly mistakes and more chances of making errors. Yes? Pratik, quadratic is already done. That was the first chapter that we discussed. Thank you, Snigdha. Alright. So this is summation Fi xi. Now we have summation Fi xi. Yes. So I'll put it here and I get 0.099 ppm. Along with units, see the statement along with units has to be given at the end. Yes. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes. Deviation method. Step deviation method is deleted from the syllabus. No need to do that. Alright. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. So following data gives the literacy rate in percentage of 35 cities. Find the mean literacy rate. Again, I can see that the values over here are continuous. So this question we will be solving using the assumed mean method, considering the values over here are bigger. They will come in decimals and all, right? So this is the formula that we use here. So let's put it in table. So summation Fi is going to be 35, already given 35 cities. So no need to calculate. Which method is more easier? Both are easier. Both methods are easy. How to choose the method depends on the values. If you feel they're bigger, use assumed mean method in that case. Alright. So class mark, which is xi, what I'll do is lower limit plus upper limit by 2. So 45 plus 55 by 2. Like this, we get 50. Similarly for all the values. Now di is xi minus a, right? So a is nothing but that's the assumed mean. It is assumed mean. So we have to assume it, and we assume it from xi. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 values are here. So let's say assumed mean over here in this case. In this case is, let's say that's 70. You generally pick up the middle value. Even if you not pick up the middle value, final answer will still remain be the same. We do it just to make the calculation simple. Yes? Not step deviation method, Shweta. That's deleted from the syllabus. So do not use that. So what is this value going to be? Xi minus a. Xi is 50. 50 minus 70, that's going to be minus 20. So we get all the values here, right? Now I need Fi di. So each value of Fi will be multiplied with the corresponding value of di. That's going to be what? 3 minus 20, that's going to be minus 60. Like this, all the values. Then we need summation Fi di, which is minus 20. This is the formula. That's why we need summation Fi di as well. Yes. So what we will do here is we have all the values. let's put it in this formula. We have to write the formula first. So that's 70 plus minus 20 by 35, 70 minus 0.571, 69.429. So rounding off, after rounding off we get 69.43%. That's the mean literacy rate. Yes. Calculation की दिक्कत हो रही है surface area volume. That's what I told you. So उसमें क्या करना है, अलग अलग combination of figures are there in your syllabus. So अलग अलग find ना करके आप you write down the formulas, वहीं से common लेके then put the values. Trust me, calculation will be a lot simpler then. You can try this out. You have these 3-4 days now. Yes. Yes, Shivani, you can solve it by direct method also, but it's going to be very calculative in that case. See, name of the method is not mentioned. You can use any method, but not step deviation method. All right, let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question now. A life insurance agent found the following data for distribution of ages of 100 policy holders, right? And you can see number of policy holders here also are 100. What does that mean? This shows that this is nothing but that's the cumulative frequency. When you see that total in the question is here at the bottom, then that's nothing but that's the cumulative frequency. This is one way to check it. Now we need to calculate the median age. If the policies are only given to people having age 18 years onwards but less than 60. Okay, so when we are talking about median, we would require cumulative frequency, we would require frequency also. Right, this is the formula that we use. So what we will do here is simply first value will remain same, right? For get the second value, we will do 6 minus 2. That's 4. The opposite that we are basically we are doing opposite of what we used to do when we used to find cumulative frequency from the frequency. We used to add. Here we are subtracting. So 24 minus 6 is going to be 18. 45 minus 24 is going to be 21, like this. And this last value, you can see it is matching with the first one. So these are the ways to check it. Yes. Thank you, Epic Gamer. All right. So what we can do here is n. Total number of policy holders over here. Total of frequency n is 100. So n by 2 is 50. Now this time we see that we have to check from cumulative frequency column, right? The value which is just greater than 50, that is 78. So this corresponding class would be the median class, 35 to 40. Yes. Vijaya, if it is discontinuous, you have to make it continuous first. Sorry. So we have the lower limit, that's 35. Frequency we consider of the same class, but cumulative frequency of the preceding class, that's 45. Class size is 5 over here, right? So let's put the formula, let's put everything here, and we get 35.75. So that's the median age in years. Do not forget to write the unit. Why did you subtract to find? No. No, we did not subtract to find CF. We subtracted it to find the frequency. Cumulative frequency was given in the question. From that, we were finding out the frequencies. That's why we were subtracting it, right? Yes. Yes, step deviation method is deleted. So, no need to practice that. I hope this is clear to everyone. Thank you, Malatesh. Yes, Neil, absolutely. Only filling the columns is the challenging part, right? And after that, I know this is the confusing part where mostly students get confused. So just remember this thing. There are only few things that you have to keep in mind. After that, it's only calculation that you have been doing it, I think, from grade 3rd or 4th, right? All right. So this is clear to everyone, but this was the last question because as we said, 30 top NCERT questions. So we have discussed that, but don't worry, we have got you covered. There are sessions for you lined up for the upcoming days as well. Let me give you a glimpse of the upcoming session. So next session is tomorrow at 7 p.m. We will be doing complete term 2 math marathon. And you know that we have free trial classes also. Link is given in the description. Click on that. Get all your doubts clarified instantly. And please like, share and subscribe. If you feel these classes are fruitful, these are actually benefiting you, please share it with your friends also. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.